interesting. But okay, the next question is okay, it seems like, there's a lot, like as I've mentioned earlier, there's a lot of different suggestions that people have in terms of like how Filipinos should prioritize language, etc., etc. So, one of the groups that are very that like are more common are those who are called like Hispanistas. I know you love those Hispanistas. No, but like okay, no, but like Hispanistas, just as a basic summary, is like actually, can you explain what Hispanistas are for the audience, obviously, and why you think their goal is harmful in terms of, promoting Filipino culture? Because, a lot of people say that, we have a lot of Spanish in our culture, but, there's still some things that's different. So, can you explain what Hispanistas are, and, again, why do you think their goal is harmful in terms of promoting Filipino culture?
Um, Hispanistas are, in the general sense, are those who love the Spanish culture and heritage. And personally, I have nothing against them. I just have a different opinion with regards to how we should resolve the language problems of the country. And I just don't agree with their proposition to re-implement or to reimpose Spanish because there's just not enough Spanish speakers in the country. And I would rather spend our government spend money on the indigenous languages of the country because learning those languages will help us learn not just their language but also it will help us in learning our language. If you saw my recent post, I've discussed some comparative linguistics and why Kapampangan's banwa ended up to mean year or taon. And it actually will not be possible if some other languages didn't exist, which is why it's important that we should prioritize our languages before any foreign language. And I'm not particularly against theirs. I'm not saying that their the Hispanistas goals are damaging or detrimental. I'm not putting any value in that. However, the only thing that is wrong, well, there's some page that it seems to do so, that they are somewhat parang alipin mentality. Like may isang page na nasabi, we should leave as ASEAN and in favor of the European Union. Imagine that. That's kind of preposterous. And those
I know.
those
I
ideas.
think with that, it's like they see themselves as a culturally European, but obviously that's not the case. We're closer to like our fellow, you know, like
Yes,
Malay friends.
no matter even if you join the white boys club, we will never be treated the same. It's that if that's what they are hoping.
Yeah,
So
so I think I'm gonna agree with you there, like in terms of the cultural aspect. Like it's weird to try to get approval like that. And I do know a lot of people who think this way. So it's not like this is just some fringe group because a lot of people do think this way. Like they feel like we're culturally European. If I mean just because we've been like under the Spanish for so long, but in reality, like that cultural influence kind of went away as soon as the Americans came here. Would you agree with that? No, this
yes,
is kind of a side question.
I actually one of the reasons why kind of disagree because by the time the Americans came in this country, the number of Spanish speakers just about 2%. Imagine that, just 2%. Then you're gonna reimpose the language. And actually, the reason why Spanish never really became a lingua franca in the sense that in the same way that Mexico is
Adopted
Spanish
Spanish.
speaking is because the Spanish was limited to the elites and not to the common people because the policy of the Spaniards when it comes to the education is that they didn't bother to teach the Indios as they
That's
called
true.
us.